I felt like I had no purpose in life. And I would say to my parents all the time, what is my purpose? Why am I here? I was always very anxious. I struggled with depression a lot and OCD. I just felt like I always had to be in control of my life, but every day was a struggle. I couldn't really hold a job. I didn't even want to get out of bed most days, and I tried medication. That never worked. Therapy never really helped. I would have 2 good days followed by 5 bad. I just felt like whatever I was doing wasn't good enough. During that time, I had lost control of who I was and my life itself. I had a really great job, and then COVID happened, lost my job, and then after that, I just kind of started partying. I met a guy, and he wasn't really in a healthy headspace, and neither was I, and we were drinking a lot and partying. I started dating him, and 6 months later, I found out I was pregnant. I thought it would be very selfish to bring a baby into this world when I couldn't even take care of myself, and so I decided to have an abortion. And I went to the clinic, and I had a surgical DNC, and afterwards I felt so guilty and selfish, and I would say that was probably the lowest point I've ever been in my entire life. And for the next 15 weeks, I was having panic attacks constantly. I felt like my life was over. And then one night I went to the bathroom and I knew something was wrong, so I rushed to the hospital. And I got to the hospital and they gave me an ultrasound and they told me I was 17 weeks pregnant. A couple days later, I went to my doctor and we confirmed that it was a healthy baby boy. In that moment when I saw his body on the ultrasound machine and I heard his heartbeat, I was like, he's a miracle. There was a 1% chance of this happening, and I always believed in God, but I never really gave it a second thought. I picked up the Bible for the first time and I started reading, and then I said to my parents, I feel compelled to repent my sins and I want to start going to church, and if you guys are on board, then maybe we could all find a church to go to. And they were completely on board. They felt the same way, and we had a list of different churches we wanted to try, and Grace was our first stop. And we came here and we met Greg. He greeted us at the door and he was so excited that we were here, and we felt so at home and at peace. And I think after that, I started listening to worship music and I started reading the Bible more, and I just know that I couldn't do this on my own. What I was doing before wasn't working. And I felt like for the first time in my life, I could finally just let go and I could finally breathe and relax and just enjoy life. I knew God had forgiven me. So my son just turned 2 in December. He is the absolute biggest blessing of my entire life. He keeps me on my toes, but he is a bundle of joy. Every day I wake up just feeling so thankful that I have this little baby who needs me and wants me. He's just the best little thing ever. There's still days where I'm like, I have no clue what I'm doing, and I'm sure that's gonna happen for the rest of my life. And as hard as it is, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I hope sharing my story can help other women who may be in the same situation as me. There's always help, and if you give your life to God, there's so many things that could happen. Everything will be okay. I'm making the decision to get baptized because I just feel like this is a clean slate for me. I want the person that I am now to be a reflection of all the work that God has done within me. So my family and we all decided to take this step together. It's amazing that we're all here doing this, and I'm so thankful.